Have you ever wondered what it's like to go to the movie theater in the United States? Hi there, I'm Jason, and this is Jason's Easy English, a podcast that helps you improve your English and learn about American culture with clear, understandable episodes in authentic, everyday language. Today, I want to tell you a short story about taking a friend to an American movie theater for the first time. The story is fictional, but it reflects very real American pop culture and everyday life. And just a quick reminder, if you enjoy this content, don't forget to follow or subscribe to my podcast on your favorite podcast platform. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So, this story starts on a Friday night. A friend of mine from Mexico was visiting the U.S., and I offered to take him to the movies. He had watched American movies before, of course, but he had never been to a movie theater in the United States. I told him, "Don't worry, I'll show you how it works." We arrived at the theater about 10 minutes before the movie time. I felt confident. I thought I knew exactly what to expect. Then we got to the snack counter. My friend looked up at the menu and said, "Wow." He asked for a small popcorn. When the popcorn arrived, he stared at it like it was a joke. It was enormous. Honestly, it threw him off. To throw someone off means to confuse or disturb someone because they didn't expect something. So in Portuguese, it's like deixar confuso or descolocar in Spanish. The size of the small popcorn threw him off. He looked at it and said, "This is a small?" I laughed and said, "Welcome to the U.S." In many Latin American countries, popcorn sizes are more reasonable. In American theaters, small can feel very big. We carried our snacks and drinks into the movie theater and found our seats. The lights went down, and my friend whispered, "Okay, it's starting." But it didn't. First, there were advertisements, commercials, then movie trailers. 1 trailer, 2 trailers, 5 trailers, 6 trailers. My friend leaned over and said, "Is something wrong?" After a while, he started to get fed up. To be fed up means to feel tired and annoyed with a situation. So in Portuguese, ficar de saco cheio, maybe, or in Spanish, estar harto. So after all of these movie trailers, my friend was beginning to get fed up. I smiled and said, "No, this is normal here." That's when I explained something important. In the United States, many people don't rush into the theater. They show up late because the movie hasn't really started yet. To show up late means to arrive after the expected time. To show up is another way to say arrive or chegar. To show up late, chegar atrasado or llegar tarde. So many people show up late to the movie theater because there are commercials and a lot of trailers. Sure enough, people kept walking in while the trailers were playing. When the movie finally began, my friend relaxed. But then something else surprised him. People laughed loudly. They reacted to big scenes. Someone even clapped. He looked at me, unsure what to do. I whispered, "Just roll with it." To roll with it means to accept a situation and continue without resisting it. So in Portuguese, maybe aceitar a situação. In Spanish, seguir adelante. Just roll with it. In some countries, movie theaters can be very quiet. In the United States, audience reactions are often part of the experience. Then came the awkward moment. My friend's phone vibrated in his pocket. He didn't answer it, but the person behind us said, "Hey!" Shh! My friend froze. He wanted to sink into his seat. To sink into your seat is a way to say to feel very embarrassed and wish you could disappear, right? Querer sumir in Portuguese, or in Spanish, querer desaparecer, to sink into his seat. After that, he didn't move at all. When the movie ended, he stood up right away, ready to leave. But I told him to stick around. To stick around means to wait for a short time. So in Portuguese, ficar mais pouco, or in Spanish, quedarse rato. I said, there might be a scene after the credits. And there was. Walking out of the theater, my friend laughed and said, that was a lot. I agreed with him. Going to the movies in the U.S. isn't just about the film. It's about the snacks, the drinks, the trailers, the reactions, and the shared experience. And this time, I got to see it all again through someone else's eyes. All right, I hope that story was interesting and understandable. Before I let you go, let's review the main points of today's episode. Today, we talked about taking a friend to an American movie theater for the first time. We learned expressions like, threw him off, when something confuses someone because they don't expect it. We talked about getting fed up, when somebody feels tired and annoyed. We learned show up late, meaning to arrive later than expected. We reviewed roll with it, which means to accept a situation without resisting it. We talked about sinking into your seat, which means to feel so embarrassed you want to disappear. And we learned stick around, meaning to stay a little bit longer. We also explored cultural differences between movie theaters in the U.S. and some parts of Latin America. Well, that's all I have for today. I hope you were able to understand most of the episode and learn something new about American English and movie theaters in the United States. Be sure to follow or subscribe to my podcast, and please share Jason's Easy English with your friends who are also learning English. Thanks again for listening, and I'll see you next time.